I know many of you who are subscribed to my channel, you came specifically to watch that project that I'm doing with the Power Mac G5, converting it to a Windows-based gaming PC. Now I know you're anxious to see the next video, and it will be coming out very soon, very soon. Less than a week after this video, it will be coming out. However, because of the needs that exist, I had to upgrade the Power Mac G4 that my son and I built a year ago to get a more robust gaming machine. So I wanted to dedicate this video to focusing on where we're coming from with the Power Mac G4 and the Sleeper PC that we're building, or we just built, for him to do the gaming. So let's dive into that.
So this is an older computer I got for free, an HP model P6207C. This PC was released back in September of 2009, so by technology standards, it is old. Just look at the original specs. As far as physical appearance, this case was in good shape. It didn't have any dust or pet hair, and it didn't have any weird smells. Also, the case did not have any scratches, or at least none that were that noticeable. As a plus, it came with a DVD burner and a multi-slot memory card reader. Another thing I loved about this case is that the front panel connectors like the power button, hard drive LED, and the power LED are all connected to a standard quick connect block. This allowed me to plug it onto the motherboard header without struggling with individual wires. The power supply is 650 watts, and I actually got it from another old computer. There is a nice little hard drive cage right here that can take 2 hard drives, but I decided to skip the hard drives and just install a 2TB M.2 SSD right here, because my favorite motherboard, the MSI B550M Bazooka, actually has a heatsink over the first M.2 NVM slot. Now I'm not going to include a video of me building this machine because I already have a video on my channel of a build using this same motherboard. Or I should say this same type motherboard, the B550M. What I will say is that in this build I'm using the AMD Ryzen 7 3700X 8-core processor. I decided not to use the Wraith CPU cooler that came with the 3700X, and instead I'm using this high-performance CPU cooler. I did change the case fan though, because the older fan was too loud by modern standards, and it's just a bad idea to build a new PC with a 12-year-old case fan. As far as memory is concerned, I have 2 sticks of DDR4 RGB RAM, but more about those later. Initially, the idea was to use the Radeon RX 570 from the G4 mod in this Sleeper PC. However, we ran into a weird problem. Each time we used the computer, it would work fine, but when we tried to turn it on the next day, the computer would just refuse to start. After swapping power supplies with no success, I called XFX tech support and they gave me an RMA to return the RX 570, which is still under warranty. I decided, however, to delay sending back the RX 570 because it seemed to work just fine with the G4 mod PC. Instead, I ordered a Sapphire RX 6600, painful as it was. The computer turned on and seemed to work fine, but that joy was short-lived as it started to experience the very same problem. After 2 days of troubleshooting, I realized that if I disconnected the DisplayPort cable and used the HDMI cable, I wouldn't experience a problem. As a result, I ordered a high-quality DisplayPort cable and voila! Problem solved. I did decide to keep the RX 6600 though, because the RX 570 uses PCI Express 3.0 and the RX 6600 with its PCI Express 4.0 architecture would make full use of the PCI Express 4.0 X16 slot on this motherboard. So there you have it, a sleeper PC that would allow my son to stay on top of his game in Rocket League and not touch my G5 Mako mod. And of course, true to his creative nature, he did a custom design on the side panel. One last thing though, because the RX 6600 is actually a Sapphire branded card, I didn't have to remove the sticker right here. However, out of respect to AMD, I did remove this Intel sticker and replaced it with a Ryzen sticker. And although the computer is running Windows 10, I decided to leave the Windows 7 sticker in place to keep that retro look. Of course, I definitely had to put the sticker for the MSI motherboard, it just wouldn't have been fair. And besides, I needed to use a sticker anyway. There are a lot of old PCs out there in good physical condition, so instead of spending good money on a new case, power supply and accessories, just upgrade with a new motherboard, CPU and memory. In the end, this budget upgrade ended up packing a heavy punch, and my son is over the moon. Check out these specs. And of course, even at ultra high graphics settings, Rocket League was smooth like butter.
So that's it. Just by using some older hardware, but hardware in good condition, you could put together a decent machine and thus reduce your costs. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm a huge advocate of not damaging the environment unnecessarily and just reusing, I should say, whatever parts you can. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and my next video in the series about the G5 will be coming out soon. Also, there are going to be several giveaways during this month. 2 already on my website. There's another one that's coming out very soon, so stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, you're not going to get the notification.
Commander LaForge, report to the bridge.
Oh, come on, man. I'm just finishing up my video. I'm about to go to bed. On my way. Transport 1 to beam to bridge.